guys, David here with another video. I'm back, baby, and I think my last video was like 8 months ago. Sorry about that, but hey, we got a full long travel truck, so that's pretty rad. I think the last thing that I talked about in my last video was my front bumper, and then I said that I had the bypasses in the bed cage. So now the whole thing is all set up in the rear, and also I was able to get the triple bypasses up front too. So suspension wise on this truck is a full check mark. I'm fucking stoked. This thing rocks. It's fucking awesome. And yeah, so let's talk about it. Okay, so first I want to talk about these oh, actually let's go on the other side because I think it'll look a little better. Cool. So yeah, so these are the 2.5 triple bypasses. So I was able to get these in. I already had the shock hoop installed. If you ever saw my first video when I first got this thing installed. So finally, almost like a whole year later, I was able to get these and you know, install them. So the whole front end is all done, sort of, but technically, like I say, it's done, but it's not. But suspension wise, it's done. So that's looking pretty sweet. I still have to tune everything, so I still got to go out, do some trips, and get this thing dialed up for like whoops and all that stuff. I have already jumped this thing before, and when I jumped it, I didn't even have the triple bypasses. It was just the coilovers. Alright, so in my previous videos, I already talked about the whole front end. So we're going to get to goodies and to the rear end. So this whole rear end is a whole Dirt King setup. It's got the 16-inch triple bypasses. And yeah, so Dirt King, they sell this this whole kit. They give you the whole bed cage, so it's already prefabbed. It's a bolt-on, so they go into the stock locations on the Tacomas. Okay, so yeah, so this whole kit's a spring under kit. So yeah, the leaf springs, hangers, the shackles, and then here's a little brace. It's recommended just to stiffen it all up. And I got this all done by Next Gen Off-Road with Des over there. They did a fantastic job. This thing is freaking awesome. When I did that jump, I actually used like half of the bump stop, so I still had another like inch to go till I completely bottomed out, which is insane because that was just a little hook to flat. It doesn't look big, it's a huge run up. You gotta admit, when you're first jumping your truck, you're kind of scared, you know what I mean? So I had a little bit of fear, like, oh shit, but my buddy convinced me to do it because I want to get the triple bypasses on there, but said, screw it, dude, coilover should do it. All right, went for it. I don't even know how fast I hit that thing. I was just looking at that big old takeoff, and I was like, all right, just gonna go for it. So I just went for it. Anyways, this thing handled, dude. It just, when I landed, man, it's like you're just kind of hopping in like butt first into a couch, literally. It was, felt real nice. But yeah, oh, and then also for that kit, they have a 2-inch bump stop kit. So they actually make this plate right here, and once they set it, then you cut this off and you have an extra 2 inches of bump travel, which is really nice. Like I said, when I jumped this thing, I still had another inch, so if I didn't have this at all, I would have bottomed out pretty good. But I didn't, because I had these extra little 2 inches, so that's actually a plus right there that they have. And I have the Kings because they don't have the Fox on them. They have the Kings for them, but I want to run Fox for the bypasses. And so yeah, I'll probably just get these, pop them off, and then powder coat them, and then probably just throw a Fox sticker on there, you know, screw it, you know what I mean. But anyways, yeah, so this is the whole rear end. It's pretty nice. The fiberglass is Fiberworks. It's a 6-inch bulge, I believe. It looks pretty beefy. I almost forgot, I got these, the Total Chaos bed stiffeners. You can barely see that one, but yeah, I'm running these ones, so the bed back here doesn't flex as much. And yeah, they go on obviously right here. I think this one's a stock point, this one and this one, and you have to drill these ones out and then pop the taillight off and put the nut in. Bam, all done. So I like these ones instead of the other ones that run across, because I feel like with these ones that too much space kind of gets taken up a little bit. I throw my dirt bike back here still, so these are a little, I like these ones a little better, and then you still have some points to throw on for tie downs and all that stuff, or whatever you need to tie down. And yeah, so I'm running those. And also, I forgot to talk about this, but wrong way. I should have a little earlier. Yeah, so from the frame back there, they have a kit. It's a box kit. So you can box the frame, because the frame rails on this ones are a C channel, and this will stiffen everything up, make everything work a lot better. So yeah, that comes included with the Dirt King too. So if you go on Dirt King and hop on the site, you'll be able to see that they have everything that you need for the truck, for the rear end, and even up front. It's just the front. I went up with Total Chaos, and afterwards it's when I came across King, or I mean, sorry, Dirt King. And yeah, so the reason why I'm running Total Chaos up front is because I saw a truck that had the Total Chaos, and I was like, dude, I want Total Chaos. So I got Total Chaos. And they've been around for a long time, but I didn't know about Dirt King because I wasn't doing my research as much. And I was like, dude, these guys already have the bolt-on. They've been working on them for a long time. They already have the geometry set, so I was like, perfect. That was one thing too that I was thinking about when I was going with the rear end. Was obviously I wanted a spring under kit because I still drive this on the street. It's not my daily. I have my little daily at home. But, you know, I still want to drive this thing around, like on the street. I want to obviously have my dirt bike back there. So I still wanted to utilize it. That's why it's not linked. And obviously being linked, you got to get rid of a whole lot of shenanigans. And, yeah, it's just, it's a whole nother step, a whole nother level. So the reason why I went spring under is because, so, you know, how I said before, driving it, I still want to drive a little bit on the street. Kind of just cruise around like on the weekends and that. I still wanted it to be somewhat road friendly, and you know, spring under works fantastic. And so when I was looking at these kits, obviously I was like, okay, if I went Total Chaos up front, like obviously I'm gonna get like some Total Chaos in the back, and all they had were like the shackles and the hangers, I think, and then you just had to figure out the whole leaf spring and all that other stuff. And so I just kept doing my research, and I ended up finding out about Dirt King and how they had this kit. And then I ran into Nick, like on YouTube, but they did a whole thing on his truck and how he had it set up, and it looked badass. And so I wanted to do that, and then I was like, okay, I was curious how it works. So that was one thing too, was a lot of people don't really have much videos on, you know, their spring under kits and stuff like that, especially on a Tacoma, because I was like, okay, I want to see like the truck that I have, you know, plowing through stuff and seeing how it works. And they're the ones that had videos. So yeah, they had a bunch of videos like on Instagram, and I was like looking on stories, and I've seen a lot of trucks how they would go out and with this setup and go through the whoops and all that stuff, obviously tuning everything. They were hitting like what, 70, 75. So I was like, dude, this is the kit that I want. And it made sense because normally when you go to a shop that like builds you a bed cage and all that stuff, you have to think it's all geometry and numbers and all that stuff. So that was one thing I wanted my truck to work good. And then afterwards, obviously I actually ran into a guy down at the dirt bike track, and he said his truck worked good, everything was set up, but he knew he could pull more travel, and he said just the geometry was wrong. And I was telling him, dude, that's why I went with this kit, was because it pretty much has everything figured out already. And yeah, so this thing works wonders. That's why I went with Dirt King in the rear, because one, we're watching a lot of videos. Two, it's all bolt-on. Like technically you can do it yourself. I just let the professionals handle it. And yeah, it's fucking sick. With those bypasses, I actually waited a full 9 months to get them. So I ordered them back in December, and I didn't get them till like, I think August. So yeah, it was a long time of wait, especially because, you know, the whole COVID thing, and they had to make them and all that. It took a really long time. They told me it was to be done in May. They weren't done in May, so I had to wait all that time, but it was alright because that gave me time to buy more parts. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the whole rear end right there, all long traveled out. I think she pulls around like, I think she's strapped at, I think 17 3/4, which is plenty enough. And then the front, I think it's like I think 13 and something. I haven't really measured that one out yet, but this one's at 17 3/4. Yeah, this thing is awesome. Oh, and then funny story is, once I had this installed, Dirt King actually ordered a whole bunch of sets of the 2.5 triple bypasses, and I saw them in stock, and I was like, dude, I gotta get them right now, because if I don't, I'm gonna have to wait all this time to even have it installed and then have it all done. So that was actually, I think, maybe a week after I even installed this. So I was like, hell yes, that's a bonus. Hopped on there and bought them, and I ended up buying the last pair that they had, so I got really lucky with that. So yeah, that's the whole build right here. We got the front all done, the rear all done. I still need to get a spare, a full-size spare. I think the next thing that I was going to do were gonna be the wheels. I was gonna get some V-locks. This thing is on 2-inch, I think it's 2-inch spacers. And you know, normally you don't want to run spacers. You know, it can cause problems like down the road, and you'll end up breaking stuff. But yeah, so I was gonna get a whole new rear end. I was thinking of probably getting like a whole Dirt King housing, and then do a whole new third member, all the goodies. But that's coming along. I'll probably run this for a little bit, and then save up for all that, all the other stuff. And then what else? Oh yeah, so I was thinking of running the new wheels. I was gonna get some True V-locks. I'm still kind of choosing which one I want to go with, but I think I'm gonna hold off on the wheels for a little bit. I'll probably just run my stock wheel, and then just throw a full-size tire on there, just to run it, just so I can at least have something. And then I still need to get the jack, and then fire extinguishers. I gotta get all that the good stuff. That way I'm like somewhat set to go off-roading, you know, which I'll have some videos out soon. It's gonna start cooling off, so that's gonna be freaking awesome. So yeah, next for the truck, they're gonna have to be wheels. Probably a little later, rear end, whole new rear end. Then I gotta get some lights. Gotta get lights. But for right now, what I'm focusing on, I'm just gonna jump straight to it. Gonna run this for right now, and this whole freaking thing is gonna be all caged up and everything. I'm gonna try and shoot for December, maybe January. We'll see. Gotta see what's up. But yeah, the whole inside's all stock. I just got a haul in the mail meter. I got a little hula girl in there, so she's all rocking around. But that's all I pretty much got in there. I think I'm gonna get the steering wheel, hopefully for my birthday soon. And then wink wink, you know, camera girl. Yeah, I think that next phase for this thing is gonna be, I mean, besides getting all dialed in to actually go out and do a proper drive, a little off-road, you know, go out to the desert and stuff like that, is to get the full-size spare, and then jack and all that stuff, tools and everything, just in case. And then yeah, gonna hop right in and then start doing the cage, like I said, probably around December. So I gotta get the seats, gotta get all the interior stuff, and then find someone. If you guys know anyone by any chance, let me know. It's kind of hard to find someone that'll do a cage for you, because most people don't really do them, but I have some people in mind. So if you guys know anyone else out here in the SoCal area, please let me know. Throw it down in the comments, please. Yeah, I want to get this thing to boogie even more. You know, it's the boogieing, and now it's safe boogieing, I guess. But yeah, so this thing's gonna be all caged up, harnesses. I'm gonna go with some PRP seats. I already know which ones I'm gonna go with. This thing's a 5-seater, and it has the 3 seats in the back, but I'm just gonna throw the 2. And then I'll probably figure something out for the middle. Probably throw like a cooler in there, or maybe I'll figure all that out once I get it figured out. But yeah, anyways, that's the Tacoma, the old 5 Tacoma 4-wheel drive, you know what I mean? But yeah, she still got lots of work done. I'm gonna do some small little stuff like painting the little firewalls and all that stuff all black, make it look a little cleaner. And then the glass, I'm not gonna paint the glass yet. I think I'm gonna paint it once I'm all done with the whole interior, like all that's done. So probably like till next year. Probably wrap it. I don't know. So one of those things you just think about, you know. But so far she's coming along, looking good. So what's come to the channel? Like I said, a lot more off-roading videos, or a lot more off-roading videos. I got my GoPro. I'm gonna start sending GoPros, you know, under the suspension, so you can see a suspension cycle up front as well. I'll probably have some sessions where I'll be doing like some testing and tuning. Normally, I know that a lot of guys hire people to do that, but I kind of have a little mountain bike experience. I'll probably do some research and then I'll try and figure it out myself. See how that goes. It's just the compression and the rebound. Shouldn't be too hard, and since I kind of mess with that a lot on my mountain bike. But yeah, this thing's all set up with suspension. It's all thumbs up, so I'm really stoked about that. Sorry it took this long, but yeah, just look forward to some off-road videos if you guys are around the area or something like that, or if you guys have any more questions, or if you guys want to go out and, you know, you guys have like a little meetup, like to go off-road or whatever, hit me up. I'm down at Cordero27 on Insta, and yeah, I have a bunch of little clips and videos of the truck, you know, out here doing some little off-road stuff, but I have yet to actually take it to the desert, do some actual off-roading, you know, do some whoops and all that stuff. So I'll be doing that soon. It's gonna start cooling off, like I said, and yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one.